The listing was buried beneath thousands of others: junk haulers, scrap freighters, decommissioned patrol crafts, all tagged with the same desperate promise: cheap, functional, no questions asked. Aaron Vale wasn't looking for anything special. He just needed something that could fly. The Eidolon 7 didn't look like much in the listing photos. Its hull was scarred, patched with mismatched alloy plates that told stories of too many close calls. The engines were outdated, the navigation system labeled temperamental, and the seller had written, "may contain undocumented compartments." Aaron smirked when he read that. Undocumented compartments usually meant smugglers had used it, and that meant opportunity. Or danger. Either way, it was cheap. 3 days later, Aaron stood in Docking Bay 42, staring up at the ship he had just spent nearly all his credits on. In person, it looked even worse. "Congratulations," the dock agent said dryly, handing him a rusted keycard. "You now own a flying liability." Aaron pocketed the card. "Does it fly?" "Technically. That's all I need." Inside, the ship smelled like metal dust and stale air. Aaron moved through the corridor slowly, boots echoing against grated flooring. The lighting flickered occasionally, casting long shadows that made the place feel bigger and emptier than it actually was. He checked the cockpit first. Controls were old, but intact. The pilot's chair creaked when he sat down, but the systems powered up with a low hum. The navigation console sputtered before stabilizing, projecting a faint star map. "Not bad," he muttered. The engines would need work, the life support probably needed recalibration, but it was salvageable. And more importantly, it was his. He spent the next few hours inspecting cargo bays, storage compartments, and maintenance shafts. The ship was a maze of hidden panels and forgotten spaces, which was exactly what he had hoped for. Smugglers always left something behind. By the time he reached the lower decks, Aaron was tired, greasy, and slightly disappointed. No hidden cargo. No secret stash of credits. Not even contraband. Just empty rooms and silence. Until he found the door. It was tucked behind a loose panel in the farthest section of the ship. Unlike everything else, this door was pristine, smooth, metallic, and glowing faintly with a soft blue light. No rust. No scratches. No sign it belonged on a ship like this. Aaron frowned. Well, that's new. There was no visible handle, no keypad. Just a circular indentation at the center. He hesitated for a moment. Then curiosity won. He pressed his hand against it. The door responded instantly. A soft chime echoed through the corridor, and the surface shimmered before splitting open in a seamless motion. Cold air spilled out. Aaron stepped inside. The room was unlike anything he had seen. It was small, circular, and filled with softly glowing panels embedded into the walls. At the center stood a glass-like chamber, tall and cylindrical, filled with a faint mist. And inside, someone moved. Aaron froze. The mist swirled, clearing slowly to reveal a figure. A woman. No, not just a woman. She was different. Her skin shimmered faintly, like it reflected light in subtle, shifting patterns. Her hair floated weightlessly around her face, as if suspended in water. And her eyes. Even through the glass, Aaron could see they glowed. He took a step closer, heart pounding. This wasn't in the listing. The chamber emitted a soft hum. Then, without warning, it began to open. The mist spilled out in a rush of cold air. Aaron stumbled back as the chamber's surface dissolved into nothing, leaving the woman standing there, unsteady but conscious. She gasped, her glowing eyes snapping open. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then she spoke. "Where am I?" Her voice was soft, but it carried an echo, as if layered with something deeper. Aaron blinked. "You're on my ship," he said cautiously. She frowned. "Your ship?"
Yeah.
"I just bought it." Her expression shifted, from confusion to realization, then to something darker. "You bought this vessel?" Yeah." She straightened, her posture suddenly regal despite her disorientation. "Then you have unknowingly purchased more than a ship." Aaron felt a chill run down his spine. "Yeah, I'm starting to get that feeling." Her name was Lyra. Or at least, that was the closest translation his ship's outdated system could manage. She wasn't human. That much was obvious. But what she was, that took longer to understand. "I am of the Solari Dominion," she explained as they sat in the dimly lit cargo bay. "A royal lineage bound to the stellar core systems." Aaron raised an eyebrow. "Royal, huh? So, princess." She hesitated. "Yes." Aaron leaned back, letting out a low whistle. "I bought a broken ship, and it came with an alien princess." Lyra didn't seem amused. "You should not speak of this lightly. If the Dominion discovers my location, what happens?" Her glowing eyes met his. "They will not ask permission to retrieve me." Aaron swallowed. "Retrieve you or destroy everything in the way?" "Both are possible." The next few days were tense. Aaron worked on repairing the ship while Lyra stayed mostly in the hidden chamber, or what he now called the princess room. She seemed weak at first, adjusting slowly to being out of stasis. But every day, she grew stronger and stranger. Aaron noticed it in small ways. The way the ship's lights flickered when she was near. The way the navigation system responded faster when she touched it. The way she could sense things before they happened. "You're doing that, aren't you?" he asked one day, watching as a faulty console suddenly stabilized under her hand. Lyra tilted her head. "I am interfacing." "With a ship?" "With its energy." Aaron stared at her. "Of course you are." Despite everything, they began to understand each other. Lyra was curious about human life, our habits, our emotions, our tendency to joke even in dangerous situations. Aaron, in turn, learned about her world. The Solari Dominion wasn't just an empire. It was a civilization built around energy, literally. Its people could manipulate stellar forces, drawing power from stars themselves. Their rulers, like Lyra, were born with the ability to control immense energy fields, which explained why someone had hidden her in a smuggler's ship. "Someone was protecting you," Aaron said. "Or imprisoning me," Lyra replied. He frowned. "You don't know which?" She looked away. "Not yet." The answer came sooner than either of them expected. They were halfway through a jump to a nearby system when the alarms went off. That's not good," Aaron muttered, scanning the console. Lyra appeared beside him, her expression tense. "What is it?" "Multiple ships, and they're not friendly." The sensors lit up with incoming signals, sleek, heavily armed vessels emerging from hyperspace. Lyra's eyes widened. "They found me." Aaron's grip tightened on the controls.
Who?
"The Dominion." The lead ship hailed them. A cold, authoritative voice filled the cockpit. "Unregistered vessel. You are in possession of a Solari Royal. Power down and prepare for retrieval." Aaron glanced at Lyra. "Retrieval, huh?" She didn't respond. Her gaze was fixed on the approaching fleet. "Aaron, if they take me, I know." He took a deep breath. Then he did something very human. He smiled. "Well, I did just buy this ship. Would be ashamed to give it up so soon." Lyra looked at him, surprised. "You intend to resist? Is that a bad idea?" "It is a terrible idea." "Good," he said, pushing the throttle. "Those are usually the fun ones." The chase was brutal. The Eidolon 7 wasn't built for speed, but Aaron pushed it to its limits, weaving through asteroid fields and debris zones to shake the pursuing fleet. Lasers streaked past them, explosions lighting up the void. "We can't outrun them," Lyra shouted. "Then we don't outrun them," Aaron replied. "We outthink them." He glanced at her. "Can you do that energy thing of yours?" She hesitated. "It is dangerous. So is getting captured." For a moment, she said nothing. Then her eyes began to glow brighter. "Very well." What happened next defied everything Aaron thought he knew. Lyra stepped forward, placing her hand against the ship's console. The entire vessel seemed to respond. Lights flared. Systems surged. And then the ship moved. Not just faster. Differently. It twisted through space in impossible ways, slipping between trajectories, bending around incoming fire as if guided by something beyond physics. Aaron stared at the controls. "I'm not doing that." "No," Lyra said softly. "I am." The Dominion ships faltered. For the first time, they couldn't predict the Eidolon 7's movements. Aaron seized the opportunity. "Hang on." He pushed the ship into a narrow gap between two massive asteroids, the engines screaming in protest. The larger ships couldn't follow. One by one, their signals faded. Silence returned. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. Then Aaron let out a breath. "We're alive." Lyra stepped back, her glow fading. "Yes." She looked at him, something new in her expression. "You chose to protect me." He shrugged. "You came with the ship. That is not a reason." "Maybe not," he admitted, "but it's good enough for me." They didn't go back. Not to the Dominion. Not to any place that could easily be found. Instead, they drifted system to system, job to job, staying one step ahead of anyone who might be looking. The Eidolon 7 became more than just a ship. It became a home. And Lyra, she became more than just an unexpected passenger. One day, as they watched a distant star burn against the darkness, she spoke. "I was meant to rule," she said quietly. Aaron nodded. "And now?" She looked at him. "Now I choose." He smiled. "Good." She tilted her head. "What would you choose?" Aaron leaned back, staring out at the stars. "A ship," he said. "A little freedom. Maybe a bit of trouble now and then." Lyra's glowing eyes softened. "Then perhaps I chose correctly." The silence after the escape didn't last long. It never did. For 3 weeks, Aaron and Lyra drifted through uncharted systems, avoiding major trade routes and masking their signal whenever possible. The Eidolon 7 held together, barely, but something had changed. Not just in the ship. In her, Lyra was no longer weak. She was evolving. The signal. It started as a whisper. A low hum in the ship's systems, one Aaron couldn't trace. "Please tell me that's not another fleet," he muttered, running diagnostics. Lyra stood still, eyes glowing brighter than ever before. "It's not them." Aaron looked up. "Then what is it?" She took a slow breath. "It's my home." The console flickered, and then stabilized on its own. Coordinates appeared. Not input. Not calculated. Called. Aaron leaned forward. "You didn't type that." "No," Lyra whispered. "They are calling me back." The truth revealed. They didn't jump immediately. Aaron refused. "Last time they found you, they tried to blow us out of space," he said. "This is different," Lyra replied. "Yeah? Because it feels exactly the same." She turned to him, calm, but resolute. "I remember now." That made him pause. "Remember what?" Her voice softened. "Why I was hidden." The chamber. The stasis pod. The smuggler's ship. It hadn't been a prison. It had been an escape plan. "I was not meant to inherit the throne," she said. "Not peacefully." Aaron frowned. Let me guess, royal politics? Civil war. The Solari Dominion was fracturing. Not all believed in Lyra. Some feared her. Others wanted her power. She was hidden to protect her until the right moment, Aaron said slowly. Lyra nodded. That moment is now.
The choice.
Aaron leaned back in his chair. And if you go back? She didn't hesitate. I will either unite them or destroy what remains. Silence. Heavy. Unavoidable. And where does that leave me? Aaron asked. That question lingered longer than anything else. Lyra stepped closer. Her glow softened. That depends. On what? On whether you come with me. Return to the Dominion. The jump was unlike anything before. Not just hyperspace. Something deeper. The ship didn't travel through space. It folded through it. Guided entirely by Lyra, they emerged into light. Blinding. Endless. A system of stars orbiting a massive radiant core, like a living sun. And surrounding it, a fleet. Not attacking.